that, and then I felt like a strong urge to come back to Fort Wayne because I missed making music with my friends. The ex-girlfriend called me at the time and was like, "Please come back." It didn't end up working out, but I still have my homies and we was making music, and that I feel like it's been so meant to be back in Fort Wayne, and I can't even believe it's been uh like 6 years now. Like it's still, I'd be like, man, it's only been a year since I came back from California, but time flies.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about making music?
Honestly, probably making the music part of it. Like I like writing lyrics, but I always felt like I could do like 10 beats in a day and I could write like one song a day or something like that. I just feel like when it comes to the music part of it, like there's just a free flowing aspect of it I really like. There's like less restrictions, whereas like for me when I'm writing words, I'm trying to like fit it to the beat. I know some people just kind of write words and then add it to the music, but I feel like it's like for me it's like music first and then work the lyrics around that. Um, so yeah, definitely making beats. I like playing instruments too. Playing instruments is really fun once you like kind of like I don't know get into that jam kind of mind state and just kind of be freestyling. Like I love just playing at home and just messing around.
Hell yeah. Do you just produce? Do you make music? Like, share everything that you've done in the music
I would say I've done just about everything. I feel like from composing like entire songs to writing the words and singing them and overdubbing and doing ad libs and playing live instruments. I've played, not that I'm great at any of these, but I've played drums and bass and guitar and piano, and I got a few Native American flutes I like to play. I stick more to the piano and the guitar, but another big thing for me is doing like live audio and live production, whether it's lights or video. But definitely live audio is a big thing for me. Working at Pierre's and Bollinger Theater, and then doing like my DIY venue that I was doing for a little while. I had my own space, and then I started using my equipment at other spaces and stuff. Um, so it's kind of crazy, but I honestly feel like I have like experience in like almost every single aspect of like production, whether it's like studio or live. Um, and I just really like that because there's this one Steve Jobs interview where he's talking about like the greats, if you will, and he says the people that do it that did it the best, they weren't just a thinker and they weren't just a doer. They were both thinkers and doers at the same time. And so I feel like that is I guess a really big part of my creative process, just having a little bit of experience on all sides.
too? Hell yeah. Where do you see yourself in the next few years in music?
You know, it's funny. My buddy he asked me that recently, and I feel like it's all up to me and how much I really want to do with it, and like how much I want to be seen and how much I want to be out there. Because I feel like I can make all the videos I want and put my name out there, and I could book shows and stuff like that, and really put myself out there. Um, but I guess I kind of have this like complex of where like I don't really like care to be seen as like a popular like music artist. Like I just like doing the music, and just kind of living my life, you know. Um, but I really do want to like be completely self-sustaining on my own, whether it's music or freelancing, live audio production. Um, I definitely would like to be doing more shows, making more videos. I just feel like it's like my internal like ego that's like, man, you don't need to like like prove yourself or something like that. But I feel like I do have a lot to say and I do have something to prove. So I feel like in the last few years, I could see myself doing mini tours, and producing more albums. I have like 2 albums right now that I've been working on, besides the one that I just put out, and one's gonna be like purely rap based. I feel like whenever I make an album, it's kind of like all over the place, but I'd like to make one that's just like solely focused on like one type of genre, and then the other one is more like indie rock fused with like rap, pretty much. Like this one beat I was showing my buddy, he was like, "Man, this sound like Kurt Cobain and 3 6 Mafia," and I was like, "That's what I want."
So, tell me, what's the biggest struggle you've had to fight with in life? Is it internally with music, anything like that? And what do you think of Fort Wayne music scene?
So I feel like the main thing I struggle with, I feel like is honestly, I mean, I feel like this is a big thing for everyone right now. Is just like kind of like financially surviving, pretty much, and like I feel like I work all the time. Like I work like 6 days a week, and I make decent money, but I still feel like I don't have as much money to feel super comfortable, and so I feel like that kind of puts like a hindrance on the creative process. Um, but I feel like I'm getting into a better position to where I feel more comfortable to devote more time towards being creative. And as for the Fort Wayne music scene, well, I feel like I gotta add too. I feel like just kind of having the childhood that I had and having unreliable parents, it's made it really hard to just like freely be creative or like have the support. You know, I feel like I've just always had to be like my own like support, and I've always had my friends, so I lean on my friends as like a big support group. But yeah, I just feel like if I had parents that really taught me how to save money and set me up into a position to where it was easier to save money, I feel like that would have changed a lot of things or made a lot of things easier, or maybe to set me down a path to where I'm not even here right now. So I feel like it was all meant to be. Um, so yeah, moving on to the Fort Wayne music scene, I feel like it's great, and I feel like it's bad, and I feel like we're in like a transition right now where like we're actually developing into like a real kind of local artist music scene, and I feel like it's something that Fort Wayne hadn't been like before. So there's the infrastructure isn't really there. Like the venues still want to support like the cover bands and the more family friendly and like sound you've heard before kind of bands, and not really the exotic alternative trying to push the boundaries kind of music. And I feel like once we I feel like a lot of people be like kind of like fighting for the limelight too. Like there's enough to go around for all of us, and but then again, there's also like really great people like collaborating and being good people, and I feel like no matter where you're at, the music industry is going to be shady and it's going to be rough and it's going to be cutthroat. So I feel like that's just the nature of the beast. At the same time, but like honestly, I just feel like there's not enough. I feel like honestly, and y'all can take this however you want, but I feel like there's not enough people like with an experience like I had trying to make music, and most of the music scene is dominated by like well to do, well off like college kids that had a cozy life, and you can kind of, I don't know, I feel like you can kind of like feel the soul in the music, because I feel like the people that are doing it the most, like in the foreign music scene, um, they have a lot of support from their family, and I feel like that's good for them. Um, I just feel like there's something there, and I'm not sure what it is. I'm not trying to hate on anyone's like come up, because I feel like everyone has a different experience for their own reasons. But in like places like Nashville or like Los Angeles or like New York, where it's like really hard out there, I feel like most like local musicians aren't getting their shit engineered by someone else. They realize that they have to learn how to record and produce on their own, because that's the only way you can afford to do it, you know. And that's why I do everything, is because I can't afford to pay someone for their beats or to record me and master me, you know. The only way I can do it is if I do it all myself. And what else is there? I feel like it's come a long way for real. Like there's people busking now, and there's a lot of all ages places now. I wouldn't say there's a lot, but there's more. And I feel like when I was a kid, like, you know, all there was just like bars or like cover bands and stuff like that. So I the vision that I had when I was in California, and then coming back to Fort Wayne, and like dreams of what the Fort Wayne music scene could be like, I feel like it's definitely getting there. And I feel like a lot of it is in the hands of the big venues, still like kind of like keeping things gated. And another gripe that I really have with the Fort Wayne music scene is it's very like clicky, like it's very niche, like it's very like, okay, like you can be successful in this, you can be successful in the Fort Wayne music scene if you fit into the indie shoegaze genre, or you can be successful in the Fort Wayne music scene if you fit into the like trap rap kind of genre, or the heavy metal genre. But if you don't fit into one of those three bubbles, I feel like there's not really a space for you to be successful in the Fort Wayne music scene.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any closing remarks you want to give?
I'm really glad to be here, and I really appreciate you having me on. And I feel like if anyone took what I said in the wrong way, then that's on you, because I just said what I said.
Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Brandon S. Olvera.
Thank you.